Along with anticipation for next week's midterm elections comes concern about something that pops up every election: voter fraud. There have been confirmed cases, but how significant is voter fraud? How much impact could it potentially have? Senior correspondent Eric Shawn is following that story tonight in New York.
It's not even election day and voter fraud cases are already popping up. In Tennessee, Joanne Cronin charged with buying votes. In Connecticut, State Representative Christina Ayala indicted on 19 voter fraud charges. In Texas, 2 pleaded guilty to buying votes with cocaine and cash. And in Rhode Island, police are investigating several voter fraud allegations.
I think that the threat of voter fraud is often exaggerated. That said, where it happens, it's quite serious. And I certainly don't condone it where it happens, and it's important to be vigilant against it.
In Illinois and Maryland, voters complained their votes were switched from Republican to Democrat on voting machines. Officials in Maryland say it happened on about 20 machines and could not replicate it during testing. The National Council of La Raza, the Latino activist group, raised eyebrows by retweeting a link to a list of places where people can vote without a photo ID. In North Carolina, conservative activist James O'Keefe secretly taped campaign workers telling his operative, who posed as an illegal immigrant, that she could vote.
As long as you're registered to vote, you'll be fine.
A George Mason and Old Dominion University study estimates in 2008, 6.4% of non-citizens illegally voted, enough, it says, to have given President Obama his win in North Carolina and Al Franken his Senate seat in Minnesota. The study says far fewer non-citizens, 2.2%, voted in 2010, the last off-year election. Elections officials, like Nevada Secretary of State Russ Miller, who created an election integrity task force, say they are on guard.
There's nothing more sacred than maintaining integrity in the electoral process to make sure that people have confidence in the democratic process. So you have to have a very diligent system set up to make sure that you can detect fraud where it happens and go after those individuals that commit those crimes aggressively.
Recent cases in Nevada involved illegal immigrants voting, double voting, and candidates who were not even eligible to run. Bret?
Eric, thank you. We will stay on this story and continue to update you if we hear anything.